Okay. So we're starting back at Area 18. We'll make our way up to the Ambitious Dream Station. Probably take the Cuddy Black out there. And once we get there, just because sometimes I have the issue of not being able to refuel, then I'll grab the Vulture up there. Then we'll head out and do some salvaging. Was gonna kind of pre-compose out there and set up and stuff, but got a little busy. So, oofed, a little bit of vertical there. Did the pyro jump for the first time yesterday, and oh my god, when I get done, literally the hairs on my arms and what little I have left on my head were standing up. It was pretty crazy. Pretty crazy experience. But I do have a condensed version I uploaded to my YouTube channel. You guys are more than welcome to check out. As well as I did a YouTube short of it as well, but sped it up because shorts have to be a minute or less. But I must have been one of the lucky ones because I watched a couple other streams and other videos and read a little bit on Reddit and stuff, and I guess other people were having issues just being able to jump at all. So I will consider myself lucky. Get some of that music off in the background. But I'm sure once 324.3, it's hard to keep track of all the numbers nowadays, goes live, and I'm assuming they will bring 4.0 back for testing. Was able to explore a little bit yesterday, ended up getting stuck on a planet, couldn't get back into my pilot seat, but it was cool. Got to, I'm trying to remember what the name of the station was. Hey, look at that. I should just take one. There we go. And you know what? Let's fuel up. Whoops, wrong button. Am I still carrying it? Or did it go in my inventory? There it is. Get a little hydration there. Whoa, what? Okay. Well, apparently my character does not want to hydrate at this point in time. He doth protest. Hey, Rhaegar. Good to see you, guy. How are you doing this evening? You can get a little reprieve from your busy work week and weekend? Okay, let's try drinking again, see if my guy likes it. We'll drink. There we go. Now he's happy. I ended up picking up a few Cutlass skins on the pledge store, or the store, before I got off of work today. Okay, so let me grab that. Throw that in there. We're going to throw your helmet back on. Good thing about not hydrating is no potty breaks, right? Okay, so Cuddy Black, that's already here. The Cuddy Red is already here, and the Vulture is already here. Perfect. So let's go to our Moby Glass. Let's go to Vehicles. We will select the Cutty Black first. And hopefully my library's... Oh, there we go. I was going to check out this guy right here. The Hawthorne. I'm trying to think. Because that's one I usually have. And then I got this for the Cutty Red to test out. See if I like it. Hopefully your boss doesn't watch your channel. No, nobody watches. I'm a graphic designer, so when I have downtime, like everybody else that's a designer, you peruse the internet. Whether you have YouTube in the background playing some chill beats and music, or you're looking at some new tutorial videos to prove your skills, or you're doing your banking, or... As long as stuff gets done, nobody cares. Buying skins on company time, shame, shame. Proud of you. Well, thank you. So I went with the new camo scheme. It's not too bad. I almost bought a ship today, but I'm like, you know what? I can just scrape for it, save the money, and I did buy the pre-order for Stalker 2, but I just bought the base game. Couldn't justify spending $20 to get the next step up, which basically just adds some extra skins and stuff and weapons. I think there's an extra quest line too. But never played a Stalker game before, so I'm not sure what to expect. But from what I see, it's a great game. And I have no problem supporting those over in Ukraine. But yeah, I think that game comes out the 20th, which I believe is Wednesday. If my math is right, 2 days from now. And off we go. Take our speed limiter up, throw our cruise control on. There we go. While we're going up into the sky, let's set our spawn point, or not spawn point. AMB. There we go. Then I usually... Seriously? Okay, that's complete crap. Guess we're not. We're going to be going to the... Hold on here. It's a little frustrating. We're going to have to land and refuel. Because apparently when I refueled last time, it didn't... Note to self, always check to see if your fuel is full. I know for a fact that I had jumped down over the weekend and refueled it in the PU. But... Okay, let's just get down here real quick and... It was a quick and dirty landing. Probably should have been a little more cautious. And here is the bug where you can't refuel. There we go. Now it's working. I actually looked at getting upgrading the Cuddy Red to the Zeus, just for larger quantum drive and exploring Pyro. Nope, you really can't run to the nearest gas station. But I wonder if there's, you know what, I never really looked, but I wonder if there's landing pads outside where you can land and just refuel instead of having to go back in the hangar. I'm sure there are. I just have to do a little. Never used them. Okay, it should be done by now. Let's go back to landing. Okay, Quantum's done. Let's get back up there. I am honestly surprised that I didn't crash coming in that hot. So I'll take it as I'm getting better as a skilled pilot. Whoa. Oh, that's right, my speed limiter. Okay, take two. Is the med turtle available yet? It's not available to purchase. I believe it is in the PTU. I checked it on, I want to say Arena Commander. I did check it out one day, but it's only like a level 2 med bed. And I think that's a level 3 in the... I think the med bed in the Cuddy Red is better than in the Myrtle. So that's why I didn't mess with it. I figured if I upgrade to the Zeus, then I'll look at picking up probably the Pisces, medical Pisces. Just because when I played with the group quite a few weeks ago on stream, I did like the footprint of it as far as the size. Okay, let's try this again. A and B. And hit R to route. And there we go. Okay, turn off my speed limiter, get my thing down there. Whoa, what the heck did I just... Whoa. What the heck was... Okay, everybody saw that on the stream, right? There was another ship that I ran into. Okay. Is he trying to ram me? The hell? Seriously. If I'm a Vulture, I just go up there and salvage it at this point. Well, that is a definite first. Okay, where's my marker? There it is. You know, that was an exploratory ship. I don't know if it was a griefer or if it was just a somebody just bedlogged out on it. But I mean, it did come back around at me, I want to say. Yeah, I'll have to check all the med beds again. I was looking forward to jumping back into Pyro this evening, but I'm sure that'll be as soon as like I said, 324.3 goes live, then I'm sure the 4.0 will get patched and re-released. As expected, I mean, it was really buggy. You couldn't get an elevator, couldn't call an elevator, then they would work and stuff, but I was happy just to have done the jump for the first time. And I did it successfully. So I will pat myself on the back for that. I was so nervous once I got pulled in that I don't know how greasy it was going to be control-wise, but it actually went really well. Everything responded as normal. You had a guy ram you accidentally when he jumped into Quantum as it was pulling into... Ouch. I wonder if eventually they're going to do cross traffic inside of the jump. Because I know if you go in as a group, you know, you can see the other ship in front of you. But I don't know. I don't know if they actually have like the same wormhole as far as jumping back and forth. I think they're both separate. He blew up and got a crime stat of 3 for murder and destroying a ship. Sucks to be him. I've only had one crime stat once, and it was because I got griefed on planet. Somebody picked me up, brought me up to the station, which was awesome. They answered my beacon, but we didn't pair up as a group. So as soon as he landed and I got off his ship, I got sent to prison. So then I woke up in prison. So I'm pulling up on my phone a guide to how in the heck to get out of there, because my sentence was it was over an hour. And so I'm looking it up, and all of a sudden it says, "Oh, you've served your time," and then kicked me out and back to back to one of the stations. I was like, okay. I think I'm going to try hooking up my PlayStation controller sometime this week and see if I can figure out camera moves. Get some nice shots. Okay, we'll let the Quantum spool down and cool down. And we'll do our final jump to the station. Then we'll run in, call the Vulture up, and set our regeneration / spawn point. And then go out and do my typical salvage run. Something nice, easy, and chill for a Monday. I think the main thing I was looking at the Zeus was just like the open cockpit. As far as visibility wise, you don't have a dash in front of you. The fan is back. Hey, how's it going, SMG1? How was your Monday? Never did like the PS controller as well as Xbox controller. I absolutely hated the Xbox controller for ergonomic wise. The PlayStation controller just felt so much better. I got large hands. So it was always a better fit for me ergonomically wise. You had a good Monday? That's good to hear. Thanks for stopping in and spending your time and hanging out. Okay, so I'm ATC gonna call and respond to me? Come on. Kind of hanging back because a lot of times it'll throw me right over here. I don't want to overshoot it and then have to try to get back. Funny, it's just opposite. Yeah. I think there's always, you know, two kind of people, right? Seinfeld versus Friends, Apple, Android, PC, Mac, and then, you know, Xbox, PlayStation. You know, everybody has their preference. I was a Friends fan, but I didn't get into Friends, watching Friends in high school, college, and stuff. I think I watched it afterwards. And we're going to be put at the other side of this. Sorry, put the game audio up for you guys. I wish Star Citizen would just cap the audio. If you set it at a certain point, it would just stay that way. Instead of having to constantly fiddle with it, depending on, you know, if you're in your hangar, if you're in your ship. It's always finicky. Look at those thrusters. Okay, let's make sure our speed limiter's down. Let's head on in. Yeah, the doors are going to close. That's all right. We'll just line ourselves up. Because I was taking my sweet old time. The Zeus has a nice view, but he wish he had more than 2 MFDs. I am happy with their rework for the MFDs. I don't really care for the dash for the Cutlass Black rework. I think the Vulture's awesome. I did like the color scheme and simplicity, especially in the Zeus when I tried it out. You didn't like Friends? Jennifer Aniston was one of the few celebs you had a crush on. Never had the chance, so why torture yourself? And now we're back to insanely loud. Okay, let's refuel here. So I can say I actually did it. Whether it sticks, I'm not sure. Here, let me turn the game audio down once again, so it's not blowing out your guys' ears. It's open. You don't like how the radars aren't working anymore? Can't count how many collisions you've nearly avoided? To be honest, for me, I've never used the radar system at all. I haven't done like bounties or anything like that. Okay, so let's take the Cutlass Black. Let's store that. The Vulture, we'll do a claim. And to kind of mitigate the time we have for the claim, we'll go up and reset our spawn point. Yeah, 2 minutes, 56 seconds. The elevator is called. There we go. Let's all go to the lobby. Doo-doo-doo. I always had that song stuck in my head for movie theaters. The Let's all go to the lobby song. Okay, so the vulture's being put up. And, okay, dude, they're... Just because I can. There are stairs. He doesn't care. And we'll set a regeneration point. Reset location, yes please, and confirm. There we go. Gonna make sure my braid scrapers and all the refueling is all done before we take off and head out to do some panel scraping. Regard, did you do a pyro jump at all? It always gets stuck in your head like now. Nice. Oh, you know what? Probably helps if I actually select my hanger. There we go. Oh, how nice it feels that hanger or elevator doors are actually working. You know what? We will take this opportunity to nourish ourselves. You know what? Let's do a burrito. Is it gonna kick in there? Is it gonna kick in? Apparently that one burrito was not enough nourishment. Didn't even move the marker. Try another one. There we go. Let's do one more. I know obviously I have the cruise drinks, but the cruise both do hydration and energy, so I'm just gonna save those. And we have a full belly. So our helmet back on. We're not going to be using our guns at all, but we do have them there just in case. We have the tractor beam with, yep, there's a mining module in there, and we get the big guy on the back. Okay. So while we were doing that, we should be able to climb up the Vulture by now. We're pretty darn close. Perfect. No pyro jumps through yet. Giving the verse a little break. Understood. Yeah, I think Wednesday I am going to probably stream Stalker 2. And check that game out. And you guys can watch me suffer through the game. The learning curve. Can't imagine it's kind of like Tarkov. I do the PvE, but honestly, lately, let's close that up. Make sure this is empty. Yep. But lately, I just log in, do my daily turn-in quest if I can do it, and just log out. And then just buy some fuel tanks for my Bitcoin farm. That's about it. Don't have too much ambition to play that game. Plus, one of my good friends stopped playing because it got really hard for him to play that game. So, Wolfie, miss you. No power jumps to you. Yep, I read. Sorry. Your character constantly fell through the floors, hangars, planets. You blew through 500k in gear because of it. It is not without its bugs. Okay, so nothing. So let's see, where's my joystick set back up? Call ETC. Engine's back on. Turn down the game audio so it doesn't blow out your guys' ears. Okay, let's lift off. Landing gear. Hey, I didn't do a curb check. What happened to the station? What the heck? Okay, a little bit of, we're going to go nice and easy. Okay, why is that not? There we go. Oh, switch to scanning. Take our cone angle up to 50. And I'm going to turn the game audio back up again. So those that are new to salvaging, we're at the Ambitious Dream Station. We're just leaving. We're going to find some panels to scrape with the Vulture. And what you're looking for is signatures of multiples of 2,000. So 8,000 or better. That's what you're looking for. So there's a 14. That should do us pretty darn good. My lights working? Let's see. Yes, they are. Okay, so we're at the 18.4. So right, we get around 4,000 kilometers away. I'm going to ease up on the throttle, just kind of coast in. Turn on the game audio. Constantly think of Freddie Mercury. What processor am I running? So my system that I built, turn on the game audio. That's pretty loud for me. I have a 7950 3DX. And then I have 64 gigabytes of G-Skill RAM. I did upgrade because I had a motherboard issue. Actually, I had a computer issue. My computer is about 2.5 months old, and we had a power surge. And even though it was plugged into a very expensive APC backup, it still, when the power came back on, it fried my motherboard, RAM, and power supply. So we had two up there. You know what? Let's go up here at the top, and we can just daisy chain our way down. So I'm running a... Oh, I have to try to remember. It's one of the 807 boards that just came out. It is an Asus ROG Strix board, I think. And then I'm running a Gigabyte Aero 4090. I've been very happy with the processor. I'll take our throttle down. So here's a 2. I was hoping this cluster up here would have been the larger panels. Throw our lights on. Switch our salvaging heads. And we'll pivot nice, and we'll go up a little bit. There we go. Thanks, looking to upgrade your old i5. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, I've been plenty happy with this system. I'm gaming at 4K, and instead of like a traditional monitor, I upgraded my 34-inch Alienware ultra-wide OLED to... actually, I got an LG C3 48-inch TV, and very happy with it. As long as you, with that size, as long as you set it back with my desktop's a 36-inch butcher block countertop. So as long as you set it back, you know, at least 3 feet, there's no eye strain at all, and colors are accurate. I'm a graphic designer and stuff, and video editor on the side, so I don't have any issues with it. You've always been an ROG fan? Yeah, the board that I got originally, which actually I got back today, RMA'd, that I have no use for. It's brand new, because they just sent me a new board. It's is it MSI X670E? It's a white board, motherboard. So I basically got that now. So I'm deciding if I'm gonna go ahead and sell it, knock off, say like 60, 70 bucks, throw it up for sale, or if I'm gonna hang on to it just in case we have another power outage and it takes out my motherboard. Yeah, I had bought a. We didn't. So when I originally built my system, I went to Micro Center down in the Twin Cities. When everything happened, and I was trying to troubleshoot to figure out what the heck had happened. Once I figured out that it was the motherboard, the RAM, and the power supply, which was a nightmare in itself, just trying to troubleshoot everything yourself. I ended up going to Best Buy, unfortunately, and picking up an Asus Tough Gaming motherboard. And I brought it home, and I was still having the same issues. And I couldn't figure out, well, some of the issues are different. And I'm like beating my head against the wall. And then I went and had the motherboard tested, and the motherboard was a piece of crap. So I ended up bringing that back, and I just decided they had the new processors coming out and stuff. I'll just go with the 807. I believe it's 807. Are the new board sizes, or not sizes, but names. Because it was X670E, I believe, and now I believe it's, 807s. But I know there's the new AMD 3D processor came out and stuff, and got good reviews. And I'm not sure what the cost difference is between the 7950 3D that I have and the... Okay, we're going to change our speed here. You can't change your speed limiter when you're in salvaging or scanning mode. Okay, we'll head this way. Get a better... In my previous system, I had an Alienware pre-built with an i9 in it and 3090, and that system ran great. But I went to upgrade the graphics card, and being at Alienware, it's all proprietary case, motherboard, and all that stuff. It's not like typical stock, so I couldn't take all those components out, and because the case was so small, I couldn't fit the 4080 Super in there. So at that point, I passed on my system to one of our friends in the group for a pretty reasonable price, and then just decided to go all in and go with the PC Master Race, as people call it. I wish they would do something with the radar, so when you actually get somewhere, we're just going to get out of here because I'm not going to be able to find those panels. When you actually come across like a high thing like that, a 14,000, I wish it would mark them on a map that you could pull up and navigate. Because so many times when they're all spaced out like that, you maybe find, like, if they're not in a cluster, like that one, once you get done salvaging one or two, it's near impossible to find the other ones. You waste more time doing it. Well, that's not bad. I'm trying to think. I think I paid somewhere around there for the 7950 that I had. Hey, Steph Avocado, how you doing? Welcome back. How was your Monday? Okay, let's get the throttle limiter all the way up. Switch back over to scanning mode. Oh, I saw an 18,000. Oh, 20,000. That works for me. Yeah, I ended up going all in. I had a PS5. I ended up getting rid of that and just taking that money and putting it towards the PC build. And of course, got all the pretty lights in the case. If you're ever looking for a case, I got the Lee. I think it's X Evo Dynamic XL. And the case is absolutely solid. I hadn't built a computer in, my goodness, like 2 decades. And that case was a lot of fun to build in. Okay, what are the markers? Okay, there's one. I'm going to go to the higher cluster count up here. That looks like, okay, those triangle panels. Because I'm hoping up here there'll be the arrowhead panel and there'll be some of the larger guys. The larger guys don't spawn until you're literally like 20 feet away from them. So you still got to go kind of nice and easy. So we're just going to kind of, we're going to slow down here. Oh, those are 2 small ones. What the heck? I should probably do what I usually I hold down F4 and back off the camera a little bit so I can actually see what's around me. Looks like the panel down below there has already been salvaged. Okay, which optical illusion? There we go. Take our speed limiter down. Monday's been great. That's good to hear. My Monday wasn't too bad. Caught up on mock-ups that I had to do over the weekend. Had a few come through. Wasn't excessively busy at work today, so it was kind of nice. So I gotta do a little perusing around the internet. You couldn't even get into consoles. Quality wasn't ever as good as the PC. The PS5 had really good graphics. But yeah, PC definitely better if you have a higher end system. But that's the kicker, right? You could build like, what do you want to say, a budget? Is $1,200 even budget for a computer nowadays? For the price you'd spend on building a PC and stuff like that, you could basically get a console and get good graphics for a fraction of the cost. And, you know, take that savings and go buy an OLED TV or whatever. But yeah, definitely PC has got a lot more, you know, options, you know, as far as games and other stuff you can do with it. I really think if Apple, with the M1s or the M processors, if they actually took gaming seriously, they could come really close to dominating and shaking up the PC industry. But they're always, you know, been more creative stuff. But I know they've actually, was it Cyberpunk was supposed to be getting ported over to the Macs? I ran Mac Studio, in like the M1 Ultra or whatever, or Ultra Max, or I can't remember what it was, with just like 16 gigs of RAM. And I was able to do my video editing, my 3D, my graphic stuff, and it handled everything I threw at it. and didn't even skip a beat. Plus, you know, my experience with Macs has just been much more reliable. I think I had a laptop that still had a CD drive in it that finally died a couple years back. And it was probably just a battery that needed to be replaced. But good solid systems. Thanksgiving is next week. And I believe it's on a Thursday. And I am going to take Friday off, so I'm going to have a nice long weekend. Currently outside right now, it is raining. And being this close to December, I wish that it would just be snowing. I can't stand the rain. It drives me nuts this time of year. So that's what's frustrating. So you found the panels, right? And there's another one here. Pretty sure that's already... I think that one had already been scraped. So it looked like it was scraped. Yep. So there's a few more down yonder. But with the signal being close to the other panels... Oh, it's head to the 22. You can't play in controller. I think it's anything you get used to it. I was used a controller for so long and then switched over to the PC and the WASD keys, and then I can go back and forth. Me personally, for me, with my carpal tunnel and stuff and old age, I do prefer the controller. I haven't tried the controller yet in Star Citizen. I was gonna check out some videos and try to set it up to do some camera angles and stuff like that. Play around with that a little bit. Okay, so we'll just head head straight ahead. Hopefully that'll put us in a good position where we can actually visually see the panels. Because if everything rendered in fine, then you should be able to just scrape. So I'm thinking this might be a larger panel. So 74. Yep, there's one down there. Just one off to our side. 86, 85, 87. I'm just waiting for the big panel to pop up like right at my face. There it is. Yeah, so there's no reason why that should pop in that late in those other panels. But take your speed limiter down. And the cone angle for this scan, I've only been able to hit 50 for the cone angle as the lowest number. I'm hoping... I don't think there is a way to get it down to like, say like 15 or 10 or 15 or 20% to give you kind of a better scanning angle or tighter one. Because of that 50%, you're picking up pretty much the same panel you had just scraped. And you have to get quite a ways away from it having it stop the register for a signal. Avocado, I don't remember, were you trying out the 4.0 at all this week? Or past weekend? Have they released a price for the Intrepid? Not that I've seen. You didn't check out what's all the buzz about? They released I'm sure you know, they released it to Wave 1. So this weekend I jumped in for a little bit. Actually yesterday. And did my first jump into Pyro. And I got out of the jump and my skin was tingly, my hairs were standing up. It was adrenaline rush. It was pretty awesome. I can't wait till you guys get to experience that for the first time. And control inside the wormhole wasn't all that bad. The ship store looks a little barren, doesn't it? When does IAE start? It's this week, isn't it? Is it the 22nd? Or 20... Oh, no, maybe it's next week. No, it's in the 20s, but that's about all I remember at this point. I wish they would hopefully release the Ursa Red to purchase. Friday starts? Gotcha. Then I'm hoping they put on, they re-release 4.0 on Friday. Because the PU is just going to be slammed with people trying it out. It's kind of my neck of the wood when the big marathon starts up here. You don't want to be anywhere near downtown for that weekend because it's just crazy busy. But if you have space, it's an easy way to make some money. If you have a place for people to park a camper or something for the weekend. I'd thought about at my last place renting out my guest cabin for Grandma's Marathon. Yes, they are. They're still not spawning to you're literally like right on top of them, 20 to 30 feet. I haven't checked all the changes they've done in the PTU. I don't know if they have changed that yet or not. one nice improvement would be is like once you scan and you hit all those panels, I wish the markers would still stay there. So when you get into a big cluster like this, there's 28,000. And I'm probably, just because the way they're sparsed out, I'm only going to find maybe 2 or 3 of them. Which gets a little bit frustrating because it's just really not efficient. Because you basically spend, me personally, I'll spend more time trying to find them than it's just better off for me just going to find another signature and heading that way. Because like with the 20,000, if everything was marked and you could find it, you could do one huge salvaging run right there. And as long as nothing was already taken, fill up and stuff, and then head back and sell. Okay. So we got... the heck is that? Actual panels? Oh, I'm so close. I'm closer to the space station than what I'm usually. Okay, so we had this big guy somewhere around yonder. I could have sworn there's... So let's take our speed limiter up a little bit. Switch over to scanning mode. There we go. There's the other one. Oh, one right below us. Perfect. Take our speed limiter down just a little bit there. Is there something in the settings for spawning distance? That's a good question. I don't know. Definitely be something to look up. But I think a lot of other people that have stopped in on stream saying they have the same issue where the larger ones don't show up unless you're like right on top of them. One of these days I'll remember to switch out my springs on my VKB so there isn't that much of a initial pressure to get the joystick moving, so it's not so stiff. Keep on saying I'm going to do it, but I have tons of squirrel moments like, oh wait, I gotta do this first. I did learn that, so I use Restream right now. I learned that I can actually stream to Restream in 1440p, and then when it sends it over to YouTube, obviously it'd be 1440, and then Twitch will just downgrade the stream to 1080. So I may try to rework that. I had done all the settings tonight and then realized when I exported my video projects out in After Effects for like my loading screen and stuff, everything was at 1080. So I'd have to do a little bit of reworking with assets and stuff and re-exporting. Grab the last little bit up here. Our station's almost full. There we go. We should hear that here pretty soon. Saying filler station full. Only 1.1 left to go. Here we go. Throw the engines off. Hold down Y to jump out of our seat. We're going to head down and stack some crates. Opens the door. Okay, 5. Hit 5 again. Hit 5 one more time. There we go. That's what we're looking for. So we'll select auto eject and hit eject here. And we'll fill all this up and go back up. Fill the last little bit here up, and then we'll go up and fill up one last time. Just to maximize our profits. Always wait for the little animation where it pops up. There we go. Then we can grab it. It's pretty frosty out this morning. Got up, put my puppy dogs out, helped Katie down the steps and stuff, and got her back up, and went to go shower, grab my phone, and I have an auto start that I splurged when I bought my house, or sold my house. And there's an app that you use for it. Works great. However, I learned after a year that there's a subscription service. $40 for the year, $49 for the year, or $100 for 3 years. So obviously I've been paying it. And I went to go, before I jumped in, I went to go start my car up. So it'd be nice and toasty with my heated seats and all that fanciness. And it's like, oh wait, your subscription ended yesterday. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So I had to bite the bullet once again, and everything is a freaking subscription service nowadays. It's absolutely, it really pisses me off. Because I paid like, you know, $500 plus for the damn auto start. And then I have to pay a subscription fee on top of that. For the year. For I only use it during the winter months. And I'd be okay with, okay, subscription fee, whatever, don't have to use it. But I can't even use the stupid remotes that came with my auto start. Because you need a subscription fee to use the remotes. That was my little soapbox moment today. It's been spitting snow here for the last few days. And we're empty. Hold down R, that will holster. So we can still get a few more up here. So like I said, we're going to run up. And we will continue scraping. Oh, just for craps and giggles, let's get rid of that cast. Here we go. Hey, Cersei's Grave, how you doing? How was your Monday? Subscription for your car auto start? That's nuts. Yeah. I had never heard of them either until I bought the damn thing. Because my experience before is, though the app, right? And you can use that and you don't pay for it. You know, you basically, when you buy it, you get your lifetime subscription. Or you buy it, you don't have an app, and you just use the car remotes to start it. Which, yeah. Everything's subscription service. I made sure I went on today and canceled my Hulu, Disney, HBO subscription. I usually bounce between that and Netflix. And usually, like, when I sign up for it, I'll set a reminder like 10 days before it's supposed to renew just to cancel it so I don't forget. Because I'm sure I'm like everybody else where you get busy and you forget to cancel and you end up paying for another service, another month of service. You gave your mother your '09 Mercedes SUV when you moved to Europe. That's the newest car you ever own. So I heard that over in Europe, certain places, if you buy a car, there's actually like, so you pay tax on it, but there's actually a cage that basically separates the front from the back. And if you want to have 4 people in the car, you got to pay more taxes. One of my friends told me that. I don't know if he was bullshitting me or not. Is that true? I want to say it was over in London. I know, right? Most of the... I mean, you literally can't work on your cars anymore because everything's all electronic. And then when you have errors, I don't know how many... It hasn't been like a big number of recalls I've gone through where they have to do a software update. So you have to bring it to the dealership, they do a software update for it to fix something. But like my 3D software, Maya, used to be... I mean, I used it back when Alias Wavefront owned it. You paid $1,500 for the software, and then I paid like another... Goodness, I think like $2,000 for 1 year of support on the software. And then it finally went to a subscription service eventually, which was like $100 a month. And then it went to, I think now it's like $300 a month, or you can buy tokens for the software and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no. I actually went through, was it like G2 or something like that, where I bought like my Windows key, and I ended up picking up a license for Maya for $8 for 3 years for Maya 2024. I'm going to see that was in the UK where they do the tax, the Dickens out of their citizens. You pay $30 US per year taxes. Nice. In America, we get taxed on everything. You buy a car, you pay tax. You go to register your car, you pay tax. You sell your car to a private party, you pay tax, and the new party pays tax. Oh, look at that. Another panel. And another one down below. We hit the Holy Grail. You know, own a car because taxes are so cheap. Plus, you know, you don't have to worry about car maintenance, right? Or car insurance. Yeah, I'm getting lucky on those panels. Seems I look around just a little bit, move a little bit, and the next big one spawns in, and there should be enough here between this one and the bottom one here to fill it up one more time and have a little extra. Then I have to go so far to refill it up again. I do love my salvaging. Just nice, relaxing, and chill. Once 4.0 comes back to the EPTU, I'm definitely going to hop on, head back to Pyro, and we can check out some new POIs and stuff. I'm not sure when I don't think they had missions available yet over in Pyro. I think it was just a handful of POIs per planet. But definitely want to check it out. I went to one station, Checkmate. That station was spooky as heck when I got to it. And I called in for my landing, and I couldn't find the landing, the hangar to land. All the cars you nice. Can't bleed a already warmed up car on a nice cold winter's day. So like for me, like in January when I was at my last house before I sold it, I take my clothes, throw them in the dryer, set it for 15 minutes, start my car, go take my shower, get out of the shower, grab the clothes out of the dryer, nice and toasty warm. Throw those on with my down jacket just to keep that heat in there a little bit longer, and go to a nice toasty car. My Jeep didn't come with heated seats, so when I splurged when I sold my house a couple years back, when I got the auto start, I had actually put a heated seat aftermarket in for my driver's seat, and I had heated seats for the first time when I had my Subaru, and oh my god, it's life-changing. I do miss the heated windshield wipers that my Subaru had. And when my Jeep's time is gone, so I'm sitting at about 118,000 miles. It's been low maintenance, which has been nice, but I'm definitely going back to a Subaru. Always had used Subarus, right around 120,000 miles. And when they get up there to be that age, as long as the head gaskets and water pump have been done every 100,000 miles, yeah, as long as those are done, because they have to pull the whole entire engine out of the vehicle. So when they do your head gaskets and they have to pull everything out, you might as well have them do the water pump on the back at the same time. But that car in the snow, for the 3 Subarus I've had, fantastic. There's nothing that beats it going through the snow. And they're always really highly rated for safety as well. Let's change my speed limiter a little bit. Make sure we don't hit that other panel down below us. Okay. Push in a little bit here. Yeah, my air conditioner has been on the fritz. And especially, I just got an update today. My place down south, the development of my house should be done being built February or March. Is the latest news I got today on it. So for my air conditioners, I've just been doing like the self recharge kits and stuff, and it's been holding up pretty well. Because I think to go in to have like the entire system done and checked, probably looking at $200 to $2,500. When I can just go buy a can of it. I think it's like the YF2 free or something. It's that special Freon or whatever refrigerant. So I can buy a couple cans of that for $40 and just do it myself and save some money. But one thing I'm looking forward to at my new place is January not being minus 30 outside. I've only been one place during the winter time in December and January where it wasn't snowy out, and that was when I was in basic after graduation in high school down in Texas over at Lackland. Still at crisp mornings. Mornings are still pretty cold, but they're, you're at 70s, mid to high 70s by lunchtime. But it was weird never experiencing no snow, that time of year. I think I flew out of Minneapolis and then I went to North Carolina or South Carolina. Got off the plane, we had like a little bit of a layover. And yeah, I walked out with my snow stuff, winter jacket on, and it was nice and toasty. Then got on the plane and headed over to Lackland. You're meeting your real estate agents tomorrow to have pictures taken of your current home? Nice. So you got everything all staged and cleaned up, I'm assuming? Hopefully in a couple months you'll be in your new home. Yeah, when I put my tiny house on the market, 2.5 years ago? Yeah, about 2 years ago. I had it actually sold in a week. And the buyers ended up backing out the day of closing. And I could have gone after them, but it would have cost me more frustration and legal fees and stuff. I eventually would have won because they were in the wrong. But I put it back in the market and it was gone in a couple days. And it went to a nicer couple that was more deserving and stuff. So it all worked out in the end. But the market up here was crazy because I had 5 acres, about half hour, 45 minutes from town. And everybody was trying to look to get out of the cities, or out of the city. So I lucked out. Didn't have any issues finding buyers. Luckily you, I was in great mistakes. Illinois for your basic? Gotcha. It was warm down there. I made it a week before graduation, and I want to get out of the barracks, so I volunteered to do lawn duty. And you're not allowed to roll up your sleeves, right? So full fatigues on or whatever. I ended up passing out from heat stroke and woke up, and the doctors were staring at me and making me nervous. And I was like, what the heck's going on? And they called a few more people in to take a look at me. And I'm like, okay, this is nice. And they're like, you know what? You have Tourette's. You need to go home. So I got a Class A medical separation. But I tried. This is very frustrating to be that close to graduation. And yeah. And I was told that if they don't find it within a year, then they can't give you a medical separation. They can't discharge you for it. But that's just the way it goes sometimes, right? Still was a awesome experience. You get off that bus and you're starting to question, what the hell did I do? The TI starts coming on and screaming at you. Your worst experience was buying a house in Idaho? Ouch. You never knew if they started return the mortgage payments? Yikes. Yeah, when my new house is done, I'm going to get there and start landscaping, put in a nice 3-season / 4-season porch. I'm thinking I'm going to do like a 10 by 20 covered screened in porch. Because everybody will think I'm crazy. You know, it'll be 50 degrees out. I'll be wearing shorts and a t-shirt and happy as can be. Because because growing up in like Minnesota, that's what you do. It's shorts and sandals weather, especially after a hard winter. So I'm sure I'll get a few looks of that person's crazy. Was Hal getting out of the scam? Luckily the judge, well, it's good that everything worked out in the end, but I can imagine it's a pretty frustrating process. And we're almost full. There we go, filler station is full. Let's hold down Y. Let's go eject the rest of the crates out of the Zahapa. Some ominous music. 3rd time's the charm. There we go. Eject. While I'm stacking, I'll do my shameless plug. I do have a link down in my description for my Twitch channel. I'm trying to get to affiliate. I'm only 13, 14 follows away. If you guys want to help support my channel over on Twitch, appreciate you guys jumping over. And I have a cool animation or video of Katie thanking for every follow. Really? Oh, hold on. What the heck? I'm not sure why the crate is stuck. Come on, this way. There we go. Let's try rotating it more. There we go. That's probably gonna tell me my hoppa is blocked. Continue ejecting here. Hey, Big Papa, thanks for the follow. And for that, hey, you guys just smashed that. Thanks, Jay Woods. Really appreciate the support, guys. Means a lot. We should be able to get one more out. I should be able to stack it here and get one more crate out. And then to maximize. Almost. There we go. Okay, and that is, we are full back here. So we'll head back up. And we will fill her back up. Good one. Thank you. That is my baby girl. It's my little girl with fur. She's 12. And about a month ago, no, she tore her back left ACL. So she has a surgical consult December 3rd for that. So I set up a GoFundMe just to help raise a little bit of funds for her. Surgery initial cost is nothing's cheap medical wise, right? For humans or dogs. Initial cost is $4,000. So I think they said anywhere between 4 and 6. So I am a saving. Both my dogs have Lyme's and anaplasmosis. So every time they have a relapse, usually it's good with the meds and stuff. It's in the ER visits. It's always a good $1,500 to $2,000. So, but they are my kids with fur. So, obviously, you do everything you possibly can. We're switched back to a braids. I'm not sure how my scent scraper was activated. It would have worked, but we would have been here for, it would have been streaming for like another 3 hours trying to scrape handles with the scent scraper. I agree. Dogs are family. Unfortunately, my Katie's not a spring chicken anymore, coming up on 12 years old, but she's still feisty as ever. My sister's, she had a rough time last month. Her dog she had a Springer Spaniel, Asiago. She always names her dogs after cheese. And he was 14, and she had help him move on because he had no quality of life and couldn't walk at all. And then her dog, same Springer Spaniel breed, tore his ACL earlier in the year, and she had to have the surgery done. So Katie still has quite a few years left in her. I always measure a person by how they treat their animals. I'm sure most of you in stream do the same thing. Fun fact, I read that the band Three Dog Night got their name because if it was a cold night, you need 3 dogs to keep you warm. And for me in the wintertime, there's nothing better than waking up all snuggled in fur. So has anybody on stream checked out the new Myrtle or the medical terrapin at all yet? You have a boxer and 2 mini schnauzers. You got a full house. I've always gone for the larger dogs, and I always go for the mutts. So Katie's German Shepherd Akita, and she was the runt of the litter. She was just a tiny peanut when I got her. And then Sam, he's a Border Collie Husky, very neurotic and stuff. And I got him from the shelter, our local animal shelter. And he had some issues. I got him as a puppy. He was basically born in the shelter. And I didn't really care for how the shelter ran it, because I think what they did is they just threw food out. And the dogs, it was basically first come, first serve for the food. So when I brought him home for the first time, and I just do feeding as I always figured if I'm hungry, I'm going to grab a snack. So I've always, what do they call it, free feed your dogs or whatever. Just make sure the food bowl's topped off and they can kind of eat whenever they want to. But I got him home and he had a lot of food aggression, even as a little puppy, because he just wasn't used to there being food out all the time. So, but we worked through it. He still guards the food dish, but he's not like aggressive. He'll growl a little bit. And that's kind of the extent of it. And I'm sure everybody knows that when you have an older dog, you usually try to, why am I not slowing down? Throw my landing gear out here. There we go. You always try to get, when you have an older dog, you always try to get a puppy or like a younger dog, right? To kind of stagger them. So they learn from your older dog that usually has really good manners and is easygoing. Sammy, bless his heart, he learned absolutely nothing from Katie. Sure, Graves, you have a German Shepherd mix, Sonia, and a little Yorkie Poodle mix, Bella. Nice. I like those names. I find that I like my dogs a lot more than I like people sometimes. Looks like with this group of panels, we should be able to completely fill up and then head back to Area 18 to sell. Typically, before I'd go to New Babbage to sell. So I always got more money there, right? But I have a habit of finding that ATC will not acknowledge me. Or I get in and then I get double hangar doors and cannot get out. So this patch I've been just focusing on Area 18. Usually anywhere from 12.5 to 12.7 per SCU. So I usually pull in about 450. New Babbage, I'd pull in 5.5 to 6. But I just don't want to deal with the double door issue and getting stuck there. And granted, Star Citizen community is pretty freaking awesome. Usually you can go on a global chat and say, hey, I'm stuck here. Can somebody give me a ride? And somebody will answer you and come pick you up. But I remember one time I was stuck New Babbage for probably 2 days of play sessions, just trying to get out. But Double Door got you yesterday. Yeah, yesterday I did the EPTU and did my first jump to Pyro, which was amazing. And I actually uploaded a video on my channel of the jump and stuff. And I got out of the jump and my arms and my hair on my arms were sticking up, and what little I have left on my head is sticking up as well. And just a great experience. The music, everything was just top notch. This is everything I thought it would be. And then one of the gentlemen on stream, I believe it was Husky Bear, mentioned that the elevator doors at the Pyro gate station were bugged. So I headed to Checkmate. He recommended two stations, Checkmate and Orbital. So I went to Checkmate, and I couldn't find the hangars there to save my life. And wow, that station was spooky. It's like a perfect Halloween station. So then I went to Orbital and found the pads, landed, no problem, hangars. But then with everybody else, once you got in, you really couldn't get out. The doors and the elevators were bugged and all that stuff. So I did actually finally make it down to the planet to check it out, which was pretty cool. But that's about as far as I got, so. Okay, so we have this guy. I know there are other panels. This is a matter of trying to find where the heck they are. So the signal is pretty much going to stay at 100 because I'm like right on the panel, even though it's above me. Let's take the speed limiter up. Oh, there we go. There's our next one. Still wish they would let you change the speed limiter when you're in scanning mode. That would be very nice. Make sure none of the big panels pop up. Cersei Grave, you've been lucky, I guess. I hear a lot of people talking about issues with the ATC and the cargo elevators. Not any issues with the cargo elevators? Fingers crossed. Nice. You are very lucky, my friend. I have got stuck on Area 18 a few times. And I find myself that if I just run into that issue, I'll jump over to like the PTU and game on that for a little bit until they drop a patch or fix the doors in the PU. But what am I at? I think I'm at 5.5 mil. So I think it's gonna be time to buy a new ship in game. The new CSV ground vehicle, can that be purchased in-game, or is that only available on the store for purchase? Does anybody know in stream or in chat? I know I want to buy another Atlas for when I do cargo runs. I like taking I'd like to leave one in my hangar that I already have, and when I do cargo runs, I'll use my Cutty Black, and I'll throw the Atlas in the back of it. I do have the raft, but I actually enjoy the running with the Cutty Black and just doing small cargo runs. And I heard that there was talk. I haven't done any more research into it, but people were saying that when 4.0 drops, there would quite possibly be a wipe. So I don't know if that's all speculation or if that's been confirmed yet or not. I'd honestly be fine either way. Okay, we got that guy, and there's one lurking right next to it. Where is it at? There it is. I'll go third person, just to make sure the bigger panel doesn't spawn in and ruin our salvaging. What a beautiful game. There's nothing out there like it. And the music, just the in-game music is just so... Oh, it's almost like a lullaby to put you to bed. It's just so soothing. I think, like I mentioned before earlier in the stream, I did pick up Stalker 2, and I believe that comes out Wednesday. So my typical streams for those of you that are new, like Big Papa, and I was born in 1976, so we're pretty close to the same age. So my typical stream days that are scheduled are Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. Other days are kind of my break days. Do a little video editing, play with my puppies a little bit more. But I do occasionally stream. On weekends is all kind of depending on how busy my week's been and kind of what I have going on. So I'm looking at, like I said, Wednesday possibly doing Stalker 2 instead of Star Citizen, but I haven't decided yet. I know you can pre-download it. I think it's like 150 or 160 gigs. But you can pre-download it only if you're on like console. So I bought mine through Steam, so I'm not sure if it would even be downloaded in time. So I'm not sure exactly what time it releases. So depending on the time, I could maybe download it while I'm at work. But I know they took 4.0 down just to do some fixes and stuff, and I'm sure they also wanted people to start playing the PTU for testing everything out, because everybody would be jumping into Pyro otherwise. So hopefully later on this week they will release the EPTU back. And I definitely want to do some exploring. I did check out the Stalker 2 trailer. It looks fun. I'm a Tarkov player, so it reminds me a lot of Tarkov. The look of it and stuff. I know it's built on the latest Unreal Engine. So I definitely, yeah, it looks interesting. It'd definitely be something to try out. And I just got the base version because I think they said that you can eventually upgrade to like the deluxe and like the ultimate. So I figure I'll start out with the base game, play it a little bit here and there, and see how I like it, and then kind of go from there. I think the differences in the game packages were like extra story quests, other than like cosmetics. But even the cosmetics, as far as like the videos I watch, you don't get them when you start the game. It's more stuff that you can find in the game that are special. They're exclusive. So oh, we just need one little bit left to fill us up. Rather than trying to find more panels, we'll just head over here. I cheat. I put my landing gear and VTOL on to slow me down. Instead of hitting the space brake. Well, they're not even spawning in. Do they disappear or? Oh yeah, first signal back up. It must be. There's a small. Whoa! And geez, oh man, slow it out. And that's why I preach to go on slow, but I don't follow my own advice that time. Ooh, the audio and the scrapers are bugged out a little bit. That's right. This last little bit will fill us up. So I was running Vulcan. Ran really great on my system. Still had really good FPS. One issue I was running into, and I wasn't aware of, so the panels would have like a darker coating to them, and I'd scrape them, and you wouldn't get down to the bare metal. You wouldn't have that delineation between the material and the bare panel. And I couldn't figure out why. And then somebody on stream, I don't remember who it was, mentioned that that's just a bug with Vulcan. So I switched back over to DirectX, and everything scrapes out the panels perfectly. And before, you still got the SCU off of it, but visually, it was really hard to tell. There's my little tip for the night. Then you can have like the tractor beam and stuff attached to do the panels, but I like the little bit of dancing around them. Then we'll see how the boxes are for snapping. The Atlas has been bugged out a little bit where you have to pick up the container, drop it, and pick it up again for it to snap. So let's go see. Let's head back to Area 18 here. Bring up the Moby. Go to Maps. And I usually just type it up here. It's faster. And then you can hit Route or R on the keyboard. That'll route you where you need to go. We'll switch over to Quantum. Our marker is going to be up here to the left. There we go. And away we go. Does anybody have any exciting plans for the week ahead? Or next week? Anybody doing a lot of traveling for the holidays here in the US? I call it Turkey Genocide Day. My plan is my sister literally lives about a football field away, and she's a farmhouse. So we're going to be heading over there with my two nieces. And my eldest niece, she graduated from high school and she started college this year. So her and her boyfriend are going to be there. Nice guy. And my younger niece will be there. My sister, obviously, and then her new boyfriend. And then parents, of course. I would bring my dogs, but my dogs do not get along with her dogs. Nah, I pretty much stay home and cook and have some family come over. Gotcha. So I'm 48. Do you, and I'm kind of over like the traditional fixings for Thanksgiving other than like cheesy potatoes. I'm more of like, let's do lasagna or tacos and stuff like that. Do you guys do a traditional dinner? for Thanksgiving, Big Papa? Traditional? Gotcha. Yeah, I'm not sure for Christmas is whatever. Nice. Yeah, I'm not sure if my sister's doing ham or turkey. We had a deep fried turkey several years ago, and that was fantastic. Usually themed. Gotcha. I'm going to go online and find the most inappropriate Thanksgiving t-shirt I can get and wear it for Thanksgiving. Me and my sister have a pretty deranged, healthy sense of humor. So, always have fun where you can. Mexican, Italian, something like that. Nice. I have been craving tacos. I got back into, I made a spicy Italian sausage soup, and I've never made soups for like a long time. Excuse me. So I made that last week, and then I dug up my panini press out of one of my storage totes because I'm in the process of moving. Well, hopefully this spring, my new house will be done and stuff. So I found my panini press. So I've been enjoying soup and paninis with all the toppings. But I have been craving Mexican food lately. Something a little bit spicy, but not with too much of a kick. So I don't pay for it the next day. Jalapeno poppers used to be my favorite. Great the day, the day of going down, fantastic. The next morning when you wake up, not so fantastic. Basically want to sit in like a vat of Pepto. Be pretty rough mornings, but oh no, don't crash, don't crash. Hoofta. Okay, we'll turn around here and head over to Area 18. Microtech is still my favorite looking planet. For the longest time, I didn't realize, because I just got back into Star Citizen seriously about, or more serious, if that's the phrase, about 2.5, 3 months ago, when I built my new system. So for the longest time, I thought Microtech was basically just an ice planet. But did a little exploring and watched some videos one day, and not so much. The one planet I landed on Pyro was pretty awesome. Okay, we'll go back into flight mode here. Let's head down. Get our speed limiter up. I think a couple of things that I absolutely love is going with the VKB sticks. And then I did pick up the Tobii eye tracker. So I highly recommend anybody that wants to get into Star Citizen a little bit more and you're looking at joysticks. Highly recommend the VKBs. Great quality. Okay, we'll hold off here. Take the speed limiter down. ATC should put us either to the left or right here. Which way are they going to put us? There we go. I always wish they put me at the middle hangar, because I like to come in at a different angle, but get those two structures right there sitting up. What are they called? The sandwiches? Panini. Basically a fancy grilled sandwich. And I don't feel like setting my camera, so I'm lazy tonight. So we're just going. Oh, sticks. The VKB NX or Gladiator NXTs. That's funny. That was my own mistake. Okay, and the Atlas is right there, so we're gonna come in and reposition ourselves. Now I'm gonna throw my doors open. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at my camera. There we go. I want to just make sure I'm on the pad still, so I can still store the ship. And we touchdown. And holy crap, that's loud. I did a bunch of research, and one of the guys that was our Sherpa, shout out to Bernie, if you're lurking or watching the stream afterwards, he recommended the VKBs, and I picked those up, and fantastic sticks. Reasonably priced. I think each stick, because I got the premium versions of it, which basically just change a button to a four-way switch. I think both sticks were under $200 a piece. Because I had been looking at like Verpal, and because I like the RGB on it, shameless. And then I saw the price, and I'm like, you know what? I don't like the RGB that much. Pretty sure Verpals are great sticks, but that's a little too rich for me. I cannot justify. I'm sure they're going to have... I'm not affiliated with them at all, but I'm sure anybody that's looking to get into sticks, you can, check them out. I'm sure they're going to have a Black Friday sale coming up. This is like my favorite way to unload. Still have the bug where you click on the crate, one of them will come to you. Position that. Watch, it's not gonna do it now. So when I click on this one, it's not doing anything, but if I start bringing it towards me, drop it, pick it up, then I can snap it. Hey, Feral 80 Skid. Love that name. How you doing? How you doing this evening? How was your Monday? And they're still having some of the bug where some of the grid here doesn't snap at all. Doing okay? How things are going this evening? Things are going really great. I'm in the PU, just coming back from a salvaging run up at the Bishop Stream Station. And it's been a relatively bug-free night. So I'm sure, as you know, those nights are always a good experience. I was gonna do some pyro exploring tonight, but they took away the EPTU because I think they want people to test out the 324.3 PTU because that'll be going live later this week. So fingers crossed that 4.0 will come back so we can do a little more exploring later on this week. Yep, see, I can't snap there. Oh, let's go there. Bring it towards me there. Oh, no, I don't want the ship. Just give me that guy. There we go. Farrell, did you get a chance to check out 4.0 at all over the last few days or the weekend, I guess? Oops, it won't let me snap there. We'll scoot over a little bit. You've been avoiding too much pyro exposure. You prefer to have the new experience when it goes live. I can totally respect that. I did pyro yesterday for the first time and did a my first jump from statin to pyro. And if your experience is anything like what I had, dude, you're gonna love it. The devs really did a great job. Waiting for almost 10 years for it. It's quite a while. I started Star Citizen about 2.5 years ago. I think it was right when the Cutter was released. That was my starter ship. And other than bunkers and, the typical, we weren't really into, I'm not really into like PvP and stuff like that. So there wasn't, other than like mining and bunkers, there really wasn't much to do. So I think we played that for about a month, and then we switched back over to, I don't remember what game it was. And then I came back about 2.5, 3 months ago, and salvaging was new. And then they added the persistent hangars and the cargo elevators, and I am hooked. It started around 2015 or 16. So initially I heard that Star Citizen, you could visit planets, but you couldn't land on them. Is that correct? Or you could fly around them and couldn't land? A bigger tractor beam would give me a lot more reach, but... I always wonder when the persistent hangars actually came out, if people just bought a bunch of crates and started making like obstacle courses inside of them for like your own little PvP tournament with your friends in their hangar. Sure, somebody had to have done that. And I think I saw some YouTube videos where people had done like racetracks with the extra large hangers. Yeah, we're not going for pretty stacking tonight. It's like I'm building a sandcastle. That's probably true. I was not able to do much back in the early days. Gotcha. Star Citizen has definitely come a long way. I'm sure, like everybody, I'm so excited for base building. Pyro is going to be cool. I'm more interested in the base building, crafting, farming. Second, the hangar's really loud. Let's make sure everything went down inside of it. I'll pull it back up. Okay. Okay, we'll stow our ship. We'll go sell. But yeah, Pyro's cool. For me, it's going to be more of I'm looking forward to like the base building, the crafting, the mining, the farming, and kind of like setting up my own personal like Menards, Home Depot, Lowe's type deal. You took some boxes and put my cargo truck on blocks in my hangar. Nice. I had taken the time on the previous patch and decorated my hangar, bought a whole bunch of extra boxes and stuff, just kind of make it look lived in. And then I couldn't get back in my hangar. And ended up losing everything. So I haven't gone through to pull out vehicles. Whoops, wrong button. Haven't gone through to pull out vehicles and park them and stuff like that. You're excited about base building as well? You want to build a strip club and sell guns and drugs out of the back? Nice. Everybody's got their game loop, right? Except your strippers, depending on the servers, might just be in a constant T-pose, right? That could be a possibility. That's me too, manufacturing, mining, and salvage. Yeah, I think that'd be a great game loop. And one of the things so like if, say I game, 3 days a week or 4 days a week in Star Citizen, I'd like to take at least one of those days and run like a towing service for refueling and stuff. I think that would be fun. And we made it. Told some friends, you hope you can get 3 what's the Arnold Schwarzenegger Total Recall. Congratulations. I just reached 100 messages today. Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Occasionally, I get stuck within 2 transit systems. So I'll like pull up, the doors will open, I'll go to walk out, and then the new one will spawn in and go away and pull me with it. That's always a fun time. Now arriving. You came back at a bad time if you were talking about alien strippers. All in good fun. Give me 1 second. OBS is... Where's it at? There we go. Perfect. Oh no, salvage has been broken for you for the last 2 updates on live? You have to get someone to share a salvage contract before they will... Okay. I did 1 salvage contract, and I found that salvaging panels for the time was a lot more profitable than the ships. But I understand that eventually I need to do salvaging contracts to up my rep. Your wife and daughter are slow to get up and ready for school? So I see 12.7 was the last time. So scroll down, hit area 18. Oh, 12.72. That's not too bad. So 470k. Not terrible. Unloading time? Okay, what the heck is that? Why would I have to unload? I don't have anything to unload. Is that just bugged out? Let's try a different terminal. Yeah, I hope the update fixes it for you as well. Okay, so I just read it wrong. Oh, just shy of 6 mil. We're definitely getting closer. I'm going to run out of the TD terminal. I'm going to stop up here. And then I am going to take a quick bio break and throw my dogs out one last time for the evening before we... This will be their potty and a night's break. So, I appreciate everybody's time for watching. You guys rock. I'll do my shameless plug. If you're over on Twitch, I'm trying to hit my 50 follower goal on my path to affiliate. If you could hit the follow button, that'd be awesome to help support me and my channel. And I got a very cool thank you animation for my lovely little girl, Katie, my puppy dog. I do have a Discord. You guys are welcome to join. Hey, Chicken Noodle Soup, thank you for the follow. And I have this for you. That's my little girl. You've been lurking, Def, here again? Hey, no worries. I appreciate everybody's time. Chatters, non-chatters, just, taking your time just to stop in and watch my stream. So, thank you. You head back to the tram. I'm going to head back to the Ambitious stream station and reset up for the next stream. Ooh, a little bit of vertical there, jumping down. You find there isn't much difference between ship and panel salvaging anymore? accounting for the search time. Yeah. I do hope that eventually, I'm sure like everybody else that does salvage, they will add in like the markers. When you ping them and you get close, the markers will stay. Because, I mean, if you find like a 28,000 signature and you get there and go to a grouping and you find like maybe a triangle or arrowhead panel and then a couple smaller ones, by the time you scrape those, you spend more time trying to find the other panels. So it would be nice if they added that to the radar. You had to go full screen to check out the name of the song. It was Dirty Palm. I thought this was Dirty Porn. Old Eyes, playing tricks on you. I've noticed this year, so much for aging gracefully, right? My eyes, especially like reading, was it farsighted? You can't see stuff up near. I definitely have to take my phone and put it at arm's length to read it now. I do have readers, but I'm still in denial, I guess. Now arriving. And back we go. I think at this point in the year, I would rather just have snow. We still have no snow cover up here, and I think it's supposed to rain for like the next 2 or 3 days with heavy downpours. Hey, they're still here. Earlier in the stream when I first started, this one was full. I grabbed one, tried to drink it, and there is the one that I threw. It's funny. I always wonder, I'm sure like everybody else does, how much having all those bottles and nightgown or medical gowns actually, how much of a server hit it takes for tracking all those. I wish they just have a garbage can next to where you could just dump it in instead of having to try to throw it in there. Or when you're done using it, it would just disappear and not be physicalized. That's my big word for the night. You know, let's grab the... I haven't... let's grab the cutter. Holds a special place in my heart. That was my initial starting ship. They're really good about unverified salvage missions is they don't have reputation, so if you abandon or fail, it's no consequence. I have not done one of those yet. I still love the cutter. I love the aesthetics of the Drake ships a lot. And I actually downloaded a program after GitHub, off of GitHub. It's for taking... You can actually grab ships out of Star Citizen and bring them into your 3D program. I know they have a plugin that works with Blender. I'm a Maya user. I've tried Blender. I'm sure Blender is a fantastic program. I've seen people do some fantastic stuff with it. But being a Maya user for 3D and going to Blender, not very friendly. Just because I'm used to Maya. But I wouldn't mind trying to... I wouldn't mind see if I can get some of the ships to into Maya and get all the textures in and stuff like that and having some fun. Oh, hangars are always loud. Nearsighted as well, where contacts. More power to you. I don't know if I could put something in my eye on purpose. Okay, for me, that would. I suppose it's like anything you get used to after a while, right? Set our speed to cruise control. Couldn't find the words. Yeah, I need to start keeping my readers. I think that's probably why when... So my last monitor I had was a 34-inch Alienware OLED, ultra-wide. Great monitor, but with my eyes and stuff, I ended up doing research, and actually I ended up going with an LG C3 OLED TV. I was going to go with the 42, but the 42 wasn't in stock at the time. And I will never go back to a computer monitor. And I think the C4s that just got released have a 144 hertz refresh rate. My C3 has a 120. And for as much, for what I game and stuff, 120 is just fine. Plus, text is so much easier to read. For the most part, you're just trespassing. If you lose your load, maybe 20 minutes in jail. That's not too bad. Yeah, I've landed when I'm trying to do some planetary exploration. There's quite a few spots where I go and they say you're trespassing. So I usually just leave because I just don't want to get a crime stat. You believe Blender has an options for converting the settings to match Maya? They do. There is a, is it Maya config that it's a plugin you can purchase. And I did do that. And I did the donut tutorial that everybody does. And I mean, like the rendering and stuff with Eevee, and I mean, the program ran nice and slick. My only issue was what took me probably 2 hours to figure out in Blender, I could do in 10 minutes in Maya. So I think it's just I got mostly frustrated, just not having the patience. And that's obviously that's on me. But I did picked up a couple video trainings off of, I don't remember what the name of the company was. So basically you model out a car, you turn it into a hover jet and stuff, and then you do an animation. So it kind of walks you through all the different processes within Blender. And I have it, but I've never used it. Like I said, it's a fantastic program. I mean, any program, any person with talent will figure it out, and the software is a piece of software. The artist is the key. You can, if you have Photoshop and you switch to like GIMP or something like that, you can do the same stuff for the most part in it. Nice. How long have you been a Blender user? I have it installed, and I wanted to give Blender a go. And then, like, when I built my computer, there was a website like G22 or 2G2 or something like that. So I got my Windows key on it for like, I think I paid like $15 for Windows 11. And I noticed they had Maya on there. And kind of him and hawed and stuff, because like a Maya license is like $300 a month. Or I think it's like maybe $300 or $400 a year if you make like under $100,000. And I was still on the fence of it on it. And then one of the gentlemen that jumped in my one of my streams were discussing 3D and stuff like that, and he joined my Discord and gave me a few links. And actually I pulled the plug probably this weekend. I think it was Sunday. I got a 3-year license for Maya 2024 for like $8, which is just ridiculous. On and off for 10 years. Very cool. Yeah, it's getting closer. I think it still has yet to be adopted by the industry, but I think it's getting there little by little. My Discord link is invalid. Ugh, I have more issues with the Discord link. I have it set to permanent. Give me a second here, see if I can pull it up here again. I know, I set the Discord to permanent, never expire. And apparently, thank you, Chicken Noodle Soup, for letting me know. Happens to you too, it's a bug. It's a very frustrating bug, because then I go through and redo the link and stuff, and then I have to go through and edit all my video descriptions and stuff. So, thanks for letting me know. I appreciate that. Give me a second here and I'll... Still a lot of inertia. You know, I'm gonna throw my landing gear down and VTOL. Is it me, or is the... Am I zoomed in too far on the dash panel? I can do my Toby. I reset it. Oh, man, it's just the way it is. It's been a while since I've taken the cutter out. So we got a VTOL and our gear down. Oh. Probably helps if I take off cruise control, right? So, Chicken Noodle Soup, have you found a workaround for that bug? Or do you just basically recreate a new link? I'll wait for you to respond before I reset my link and stuff like that. You recreate it, but sometimes... Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, let me... I'll throw that here in chat here in a second. Invite people. So I'll paste this in chat. Let me know if this works. Might have been the same link. If that doesn't work, let me know, and then I will just go ahead and do another... Works. Okay. So tomorrow when I have downtime at work, you know, not doing mock-ups for hockey jerseys, I will go through and redo all of it all over again. I was surprised that like Discord doesn't have... So I mean, you have like your YouTube / you know, like Tiny Home Gaming, right? I'm surprised Discord doesn't have something like that, like a physical link or like a address that you can just buy for your Discord. Okay, where was I? Okay, let's grab turn VTOL and bring our gear up. I've noticed with like the Cuddy Black and now the Cutter, everything is just really, really greasy. For the controls. Like very, very, just a little bit of thrust just keeps on carrying your inertia. Okay, called an ATC. Let's see where it puts us. Usually it's right over here. I'll try the keyboard shortcut, Alt-N. There we go. I'm just going to keep my speed limiter down fairly low. But yeah, my Discord, I have a section, obviously tiny homes. I've built a couple tiny homes in my day. I do have some videos on my YouTube forum. I have another tiny house, but this time I'm having somebody else build it for me. So, not too old, but my last tiny house that I built, it was a TOW, T-H-O-W, so it stands for Tiny House on Wheels. And ended up selling that and for a profit. Just because I couldn't pass it up. But I remember doing the wiring, which literally only took like a day. But it still amazes me, you know, when you're building, even a tiny house, how much wire you have to run. And there's a ship up in the corner there. Be a good time to take the Vulture and scrape. Whoa, jeez, oh, we're gonna... Seriously. Okay, we're gonna pretend that did not happen. And that it was a cinematic landing. Jeez, oh man. I don't know what is up with the Drake ships this patch, but they're extremely touchy. Like ridiculously overly sensitive. That could end it badly. Okay, we'll throw engines off. Throw our VTOL off. I'm gonna leave the VTOL on to be there for next time. We'll jump out of the seat and reset our respawn point. The nice thing about the cutters, they're rugged. They are. If somebody was starting with Star Citizen for the first time, I highly recommend the cutter. Just good all around. I mean, you can store some cargo in it. You can actually get a vehicle in it. It's got an awesome quantum drive in fuel tanks. And I just love the aesthetic. I'm a big A10 fan, an Apache fan. I just love that look. It was a bumper test, wasn't it? And it passed. But if anybody asks, it was a very cinematic landing, right? Oh, let's go ahead and store this guy. Then we will go set a respawn point for... when we jump in a few days. Is anybody... I haven't stayed too much up on the news today with CIG. Is 323, is that supposed to be coming Wednesday? I think somebody might have mentioned that in chat earlier, and I just don't remember. Might be a fun game to get a bunch of guys in cutters locked inside one of the large hangars and play bumper cutter. Where you're thinking. Radcliffe. Is Daniel here? Maybe Hermione might be in one of these rooms. Rick, your girls are funny. They don't want to get up and ready for school. Then it's run, get out of my way, I'm late. How old are your girls again? I remember waking up as a kid and, your parents didn't wake you up and say it was like 7 o'clock, 7:30. And you just play asleep and play dumb like you hope they forgot there was school, but then it turned out you got a snow day. I remember those days. Your daughter is 10, your wife acts 10 at times. There's nothing wrong with having a little kindred child inside of all of us. Everybody wants to keep on being that Toys R Us kid. I got my order from Etsy today. So I ended up picking up a set of blue epoxy coasters with wood in them. And they are great. They're very slick. So I do have to, depending on what side I want to put down, I need to buy some of those 3M rubber like sticky feet. Almost looks like a half a bubble. So I have a little bit of grip. No snow days here. They still have school with even a meter of snow on the ground. Yeah, school up here in Minnesota, unless it's like deathly treacherous, they don't have too many snow days. And it's funny because the city that's close by, they have like a snow emergency, this big thing they put out, right? We had the snowiest winter on record 2 years ago. They never enacted the snow emergency plan or whatever. So it's like, well, why even have it if you're not going to use it? Especially the snow is, when you have the snowiest winter on record. Last year was a cakewalk. It was supposed to be my last year here in Minnesota before heading down to Tennessee to my new place. The year before that, when I built my tiny house on wheels, we had the snowiest winter on record. And pretty much we ran our, the plows, the snow blowers, all that stuff. It was like every other day. It was crazy. Last year, I don't think we took the snow blower out once. And we didn't have I think when we did the plowing, had the guy come and plow because we have a long road. I think our snow plowing bill is like $5,000 or $6,000. Or maybe it was 4,000 to 5,000, somewhere around there. So last year was definitely nice savings. Not having to have a plow truck come out. Here it's just rain, and if it ever snows, my city shuts down. Vancouver, Canada's a joke in bad weather. I would definitely love to visit Vancouver one of these days. Beautiful city. My friends call it slow TV, so I like watching the YouTube videos, really like the 4K walk around of either Europe or especially Japan. I love the 4K videos of the guy just walking around Japan with all the lights and sounds and stuff. And so I also watch like the Smithsonian channel where they do like and it's like Aerial America and stuff. And I remember they did Vancouver a few times. It was just absolutely gorgeous. You remember when you're living in California, they had a snow day when one flake fell. So when I went to school down in Dixon, Tennessee for Maya, way back in my 20s, and this is like pre Autodesk, Alias Wavefront had it. It was I went down there in December. I had school was basically 3.5, 4 months long, and you basically woke up underneath your desk, went to class, got done with class, had an assignment that was due the next morning. So you'd basically work on it till like 2 or 3 in the morning and go to bed underneath your desk. And like every other day you'd run back to like the house to shower and stuff. But anyways, when I was down there, it was the snowiest winter they had on record. And I just had a Toyota Camry at the time, it's front wheel drive. And there's like 3 or 4 inches of snow on the ground. And I'm just like zipping around to everybody. And yeah, but you know, they're just not used to it. Here in North Texas, seems different these days. Yeah, prayed for snow days as a kid, and it could be dangerously icy roads, and they say no come to school. Nowadays, the weather says it might snow, so let's cancel all the schools. I had actually looked at when I sold my first house. I was actually looking at relocating down to Texas and doing a barn dominium. But then I started looking at the heat you guys they have to deal with down there, and being a Minnesota person all my life, don't do really good in the heat. Especially like every summer, it seems like what is it like? Arizona was like average like 100 degrees a day for like a month or two. And that was like even with the heat index, it was even like what 110, 120. My goodness, I could not deal with that. I would melt. Like gets to be a little dangerous. But I think down in Tennessee, I looked at it last year, and we were at like minus 25 with the wind chill as our high, and they were at like 55, 60 degrees. So, but you know, like anything, there's a trade-off, right? So summer's up here in northern Minnesota. People think that, oh, it stays nice and cool, but no, we can get 100 degrees and 100% humidity, and the humidity up here is thick. And when we get our hot days, I mean, obviously we have colder winters. And I remember when I was going down to shop for my house and land down in Tennessee last year, I remember getting out of the car, and I had to like swim through the air. It was that thick. You know, the heat's too terrible. You know, the wintertime, summer's way too hot. Yeah, it seems like every year it just gets hotter and hotter. I think we'd, as a society, we'd do something about that, but anywho, you prefer lukewarm rain in the fall? So 2 years ago, my sister and my nieces went down to Florida. They rented an Airbnb. They got off the plane, got into the gated community, got their stuff done, put their suits on, headed to the beach, jumped in the water. In the water, no shit, was like 96 degrees. She said it was awful. And at least the water at the pool in the hotel or the community they stayed in was a little bit cooler. But holy crap. I couldn't even imagine. I mean, I like warm bath water, but not in the summertime. Actually, if you guys check out my video of my last house, I did, during COVID, I did a stock tank pool. So it was an 8 foot by, it was like 2.5 feet tall stock tank. And then I modified it and put an actual like an actual real pool filter on it, and then got a cover for it, and that was my stock tank pool. Minimal cost, and oh my god, I love that thing. You could melt. Yeah, it was pretty hot. I think their trip this year was out to New York. So can honestly say I have never taken a vacation, never really traveled anywhere. If I took vacation days off at work, it was for fixing something around my house or a house project that I wanted to do. So once I get done and settled, and my dogs unfortunately eventually pass on, which hopefully won't be for a very long time, then I'll probably take a break from puppy dogs and do a little bit of traveling myself. I definitely want to check out, so I did saltwater tanks a lot. And I had a 90-gallon saltwater tank with a 75-gallon sump underneath it. So I always had my like little piece of the ocean. I had corals in there and fish and anemones and all that good stuff. But I really want to get down, once I'm down in Tennessee, check out the Georgia aquarium. Take like a week and go down there. Pretty much be like a little kid in a candy store at that point. So it is 11:18 my time, and I do have to get up at 6:30. So I think I'm gonna close the stream out. I appreciate your guys' time stopping in and hanging out throughout the stream, and I appreciate all you guys' follows. I'll do one last little shameless plug. I'm trying to hit my 50 follower goal on my path to affiliate over on Twitch. If anybody wants to jump over there and hit the follow button and help me out on my channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Later, Big Papa. Thanks, Chicken Soup. You have a good night. So tomorrow won't be streaming, not scheduled wise, unless something else comes up for patch wise. But I'll be back Wednesday for sure at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys' time. I hope you guys have a great night and a great Tuesday ahead, and catch you guys Wednesday. So, have a great night, guys. Stay safe, and I'll catch you on Wednesday.